everyone out there in YouTube land. Thank you for joining me on another episode of Bayou Gold Guy. I am Bayou Gold Guy, and it seemed to me to kick off the new season, the new year here on the program that I needed to wrap up the old. And by that means I've got some gold that I have not recovered from back in November of 21. The only gold, well, the most amount of gold that I have not been able to get out of PAYDIRT. And y'all that are familiar know what I'm talking about. It's the hell spawn from Alaska, from one Mr. Creed up there at Nine Fingers mining. So let us turn to the new gold epicenter of South Louisiana and review, yes, the demon spawn. All right, well, as I said before, we got into this back in November when I'd gotten this from Creed. This is the $90 bottle of his 1 gram KINKY's PAYDIRT, and 1 gram bottle. And we have a little bit, probably a hair bit dirt left out of it than was initially in it from the first time. I recovered everything out of it, but I think maybe from some silt. I don't know. It's pretty close to the way it came, though. It wasn't overflowing packed to the top. But, oh, man, we got a windy day out here. This is what I recovered from it on the first round, which is 0.850 tenths of a gram of this ultra-fine flour gold, micro talc gold, which with the 1 gram guarantee on this, Creed said it was over gram. It should actually, if we've got 0.15 off of having a full gram of straight weight, then it's probably at least 10 over. So we've got over 2 tenths, almost a quarter gram of gold somehow left in here to try to get out. And like I said, it's been sitting on the counter in there taunting me now since then. And yeah, I just can't really move on until we get a final wrap up on this. So let's I'm going to first extract all the magnetics out of it, because you can see it's it clings, and there's a lot of magnetite in there aside from this. So we're going to start by cleaning that out, and then I'm going to try to reproduce what I did at the end when I got most of this out, where I had dried it up and it was in the pan, and when I was scraping at the pan, I was noticing the fine tan dust that was embedded in it. It looked a lot like the gold I'd been getting. And so I started scraping it up and then went through that. So that's how I basically recovered what I got out of this for the most part, more than trying to snuffer it out and clean it out a little wisp at a time. And I'll leave a link for that video so y'all. Creed thought it was really funny. I mean, it was days for me working on that thing. I mean, dozens of hours literally. And but just to show my other stuff still out here drying. This is from our pirate booty from Mike Vendetta. And you can see there's still pieces of stuff showing up in here as it dries up. And there's another little gem there showing up, these greens. I'd said this stuff was all emerald, but Mike told me that it was actually, some of this green in his PAYDIRT was jade as well. So again, just a great bag. We had a lot of fun doing that last one. Congratulations to Joe at Gold Eagle Prospecting for winning the Trump train bill. We're going to be doing one tonight here. I'll show you what you're going for here in a minute. But in the meantime, let me get set up, and we'll get back on. I'll get back with you whenever I can. Like I said, this stuff is. I hope I started it early enough in the week to give me time to try to actually get this completed. So here we go again. I might have a bit of an issue out here today because the wind is really, we've been having these thunderstorms brewing up, and look at that. Look how black that stuff is in there. And I've been hitting, I'm feeling a drop hit me right now. I was hoping I would get this in. That's why that Vendetta stuff's still sitting out here, because it keeps thunderstorming on it right when I'm getting it dried up. But yeah, the wind's coming from the east where it hits it's coming into my gold stand here instead of, usually it's coming from the southwest down here for the most part, and I'm protected. So I don't want it wisping away any of my dust, which will be gold. So like I said, we're gonna start by just watching how much this stuff just sucks. Those magnetics out of there. So I'm not touching the stuff with it yet right now. I'm just trying to wisp it off the top. And then we'll go through, and as usual, you kick it off. And you can see there's other little specks in there that aren't black. But that stuff clumped. If you saw how it jumped back in together on that, it's like it almost has its own kind of magnetic properties between itself where it kind of holds itself together. See, it pulls it up in big clumps rather than smaller. See, like that, like it's kind of holding it together magnetically itself. So that's where you run into issues with this kind of stuff of wanting to trap, especially this kind of fine gold that we're going to try to get out of here. But yeah, like I said, you can see it does not separate off. It stays in very odd behaving stuff compared to what. See, normally you can pick it up in the little fine particles off of there, and it'll leave a lot more finer material behind, but it stays in almost like little splinters. So doesn't really want to behave like it should. But we're gonna get it out of the way just the same. Now let's run the magnet through here and see what else is wanting to stick to it, because I know there's the hematites in there. So you can see right there, we've got a bit more sticking to it again. This stuff's pulling up, it's doing a lot of flashing and shimmering where it's kind of moving it around there, but it's not really pulling out that much. But you can see it left that black stuff there that was not magnetic. But it does have a lot of light colored base stuff that stays in with this. Picks it up with it at the end. And then see, I pulled all that up and stuck it back with it for the most part. So, all right, well, that's a lot less to have to go through again. So, all right, we'll keep that to the side. Actually, let's put it in something deeper so the wind can't blow this light pan over here, or that cover over there. And now, even right there, you can already see, I'm gonna have to get some kind of a card or something, but you can see fine powder as I scrape there, as I'm scraping up the pores of the pan where that's basically dry washing this stuff out of this. And you'll notice that it is the same fine tan color. And when I looked at this stuff that's in the, that I have in the vial, because it tends to, well, no, I say that maybe because it's out here in the moisture now, but it tends to want to cling to the side of the vial more than, you can see a little bit of dust on there, but when I first had cleaned this out, it would adhere to the side of the vial almost like a coating, and then I would look at it through my loupe, almost like looking at it through a magnifying glass, a microscope with a slide, and you could see for the specks of gold, there would be micro sand, crystals there beside it. So it's almost like the sand is ingrained in part of this gold, that you could only get that out by literally chemically removing it with the, man, it is a little windy out here. I might actually have to take this in and do this in the kitchen. I don't have the sunlight out here. Oh, not seeing it anymore. I don't have the sunlight out here to beam it anyway, but the wind is really gusting. But that's what we're after right there, and then we will try washing that down and see if we can get more to add to this. So, but yeah, that's why this stuff has a very beige color to it. So let's all right, I'm gonna see what to do, and then see about setting up in the kitchen here. Don't really want to, but I just don't want to risk. And I gotta find something that I can scrape this up with good. It's fine, but won't, that'll hold it. So, all right, let's see. All right, we've got a little pile there. I'm gonna use a razor blade instead of trying to use a piece of paper for this, and my little brush to see how it sticks to the razor blade there. It'll probably stick to the brush, but like I said, I'm gonna go through, and there's a rock in the way there, we don't need that. And get all this stuff up first, and then we'll work it from there. And depending on how much I can recover out of this, I may end up also going back and penning through that stuff that I've already recovered, because like I said, I know that there is sand in with that gold. It is not pure. I just don't know if I can. I'm just so hesitant. Once I got that much of it out, I just really don't want to risk losing what I've got. But see, a lot of sparkle showing up in this. But they're just that bit swapping it around there in the pan got us another little pile up. So I may even end up wetting this down and then drying it and see what clings even tighter to the top after I pan, wet it down, try to pan through it, and then and get what I can that way. See, like that little light band all the way around there that's clinging to the top is exactly what we're looking for. Might work better to sweep it than to scrape it with the razor blade like this and get it together, and then use the razor blade to scoop it out on. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So like I said, this stuff's been a long time coming. It's been bugging me. It tasks me, and I shall have it. No gold left behind. That is the mantra for this channel. And this has been left behind way too long. I just didn't want to deal with it. But like I said, we are now into the new year on the channel, and I can't have the old stuff still hanging around. So, and there we have it back, another little cluster from swiping it. So I'm just gonna keep going through and doing this until it seems like I have not much of this coming up. Then we will pan all this stuff. You can see that black. That makes it really hard to move this stuff whenever you're trying to get that black hematite there out of the way to suck up gold. And then on top of that, like I said, it has got micro sand particles. So there we have what we've gotten so far, which that's a lot of sand, but I'm pretty sure some of that is our gold that we are looking for. So that's the plan. Now for this week's giveaway, I didn't realize this is this is our Memorial Day weekend giveaway. So, of course, we're going to have some gold of some type to give away, but I thought we needed to do something a little better than just that. So, we are going to be giving away on this one a very cool, if y'all recognize what that is, it's the Department of the Air Force. And it is the commemorative United States Space Force coin. Department of the Air Force. And this is a very cool, I'm not a coin guy, like I said, but this is a very cool one. I had to get me some of these. So I'm willing to share one. It's got the edge on it there, you know, the coin edge, and the filigree around the edges, whatever you call that. I forget the name of the roping type stuff, but beautiful, like I said, beautiful art on it. And like I said, it commemorates the beginning of a new armed branch of the service, and one that we desperately need, and has already been corrupted and coerced into bastardized, or whatever you want to call it, by the the current scum running the country, like everything else. But so someone, if you like I said, this is a piece of history right here, and so for Memorial Day we will give this away. And like I said, I'll have some gold, probably one of my old gold GATOR Eyes vials or something with the a little display gold in it there for it to go along with this. So very cool. I hope y'all like that, and somebody that really appreciates it wins it. Like I said, I'm not a coin guy, but I got that. I got some of my Trump coins and such. So, all right. Well, congratulations on that. I'll be announcing the guess the number here shortly. So I'm gonna kill this and rinse and repeat there on this for a while, and we'll be back. Well, I'm starting this off just like you would a normal. Trying to get it cleared of the material. I'm just doing it over one of my other smaller pans and not the Garrett, just so I can keep it contained easier, and I'm not moving that much material. Just put a very little bit in here. I broke out the Lynch loop and was looking at what we had recovered out of in the black tray, and man, it was a lot of sand. I'd see a little tiny gold speck here and there, but maybe 20 that were visible, if that. Tiny specks amongst the sand there. And then I would have a little bit of a rainbow color or a light refraction that would be showing up, and I don't know if that might be because it was kind of looked the same as I'd see on some of the gold at the little specks as I would move the light around on the loop. So I was thinking, man, maybe that's the, the next size that I can't see that's in here. But I was hoping to see a lot more little gold specks in that sand with the loop than I certainly did for the millions of pieces of tiny grains that were in there. I was coming into this optimistic, like this time, yeah. But I just don't know how recoverable, how small to the size it can. You can wash sand out of that's grains that are the size of or smaller than the gold. But I just can't see 0.2 of a gram of gold still existing in this stuff, because like I said, I spent many hours just. I got to where I would just swirl the pan, and then as it would form those little points like that at the end, the gold, you'd see that wisp of flour gold that would form at the tip of it, and I would suck that out and then do that just, ad infinitum for days. Although that's when I got to be the best friends with my little guy Hurricane, my yellow tabby. He'd be out here in the yard with me while I was sitting there doing that. He'd want his belly scratched. I think I even have a clip of him on the video getting his belly scratched in between cussing out the pan, but now he's an indoor cat ever since Christmas, and he's my most successful hurricane rescue, and he's named Hurricane. Here on it. And now next week we move into the new hurricane season here. So yeah, a lot of people just barely getting their insurance money and their repairs. I'm about to start a repair on a house for this month that they're just now getting all new ceilings and attic, everything, and you know, for all possibilities, they could get this. I could have this done, halfway done, and then get hit, and all of it erased and start over again. Statistically, we don't usually get strong storms hitting the same spot here where we are 2 years in a row. So we made it through about 12, I think, before the next big one really, since Gustav, that took us out for so long, but didn't do nearly the overall damage that Ida did, just wiping out everything. I have to do a little retrospective. I'll do a little tour of the town and show you guys what it looks like coming up on the... It's not quite a year since the hurricane, but it shows what it looks like going into the new hurricane season right now. And might be surprised at how it still looks. All right, well, I'm washing this stuff down. I'm just doing it so minimally because we've got the jet dry in here. It just, that stuff does not, I mean, it seems to cling to the pores of the pan, so I'm counting on washing that fine dust staying there and not washing away on me. But when you get to this point where you're trying to get it, damn, I've got the damn glare on this. Of course, I always put some jet dry in my squirt bottle so I don't dilute what I got in the pan. And there's I'm seeing little specks there that look like gold, but it's that damn gold rock that's in this stuff, like you were seeing being picked up off of the magnet. And that's the thing, this flour gold does not walk like I mean, you might be able to influence it a little bit on a wash, but it just does not want to move. Man, that sure look. I wish there's a nicer looking chunk that's in there that looks like it's that it's gold and it's kind of sticking there, but it seems way too big to be a piece of gold after what I've gone through getting this stuff out before. So we got the new flag. Had to have a new flag for Memorial Day. My old Glory out front has had another full year just getting battered, and she's pretty tattered. So we're gonna, man, see, that looks like a flake of gold right there. Hold on, I'm gonna get the loop and see, because I just can't believe that I have a piece that big sitting in my pan, if that is, and I just can't believe it can be. All right, well, it is gold, and all those little particles there around the edge that look gold-like seem to be gold too. Maybe, and down here at the bottom of the pan, there was some little gold. Those are specks of gold too. So I don't know. Maybe when I did this, I just can't imagine that I let that stuff go by, not thinking that it was gold. But I mean, damn, those are like I already said, that gold stuff, there is rock in here that looks like that is gold. I mean, that's a gold color that looks like gold. But yeah, with the loop, you could see the shine and the definite character of gold. And all those little blacks, all that black there, whenever it was zoomed in on that loop, are uniform little tiny round spheres of chunks of hematite. Just a charcoal gray, very, they look very cool in the loop with the gold next to them, made it stand out. But again, I just can't see that I'd let that much stuff pass. I must have thought it wasn't gold. Or I just got so frustrated trying to get the stuff out. I mean, that's gold, that size gold I'd get out of any pan of gold, of pay dirt that I do, though, you know. That's not even, I mean, that's Vendettas or even some of the Miners Depot that's got there then when they put some fine gold in there. So I just can't fathom that I would have let that stuff get away like that. And not to mention, I did the rocking method trying to wash it away. I did the swirling method. I sat there and did it like trying to do it like a one of those tables where you do it like that, where you just barely shake it side to side with the water, pulling it down. I mean, I had a lot of time to try different techniques to see if I could get this shit recovered. So now seeing this, I'm a little more optimistic of maybe recovering closer to my, as I said, it needs to be at least a gram 10 to know that I've gotten the minimum of what Creed put in this. I'm just stunned that I got that big of a piece right there showing up already in the first little. And like I said, I put it in this pan here and just dumped a very little bit out into the pan to go through. So all right, well, I'm going to keep working this down, and said y'all seen what I'm recovering there. You can see those flakes of gold. So bigger than I expected. I am at the bottom of that first batch, and there you can see that is what that's what I pulled out of this very first little amount. And I was thinking, yeah, what it was, also what this is it is the coarser stuff that was sitting at the top of this pan rather than this fine stuff that's that micro gold that I will be getting to on this. So this is at least a gold that's a size that I can still manipulate in some way, because like I said, that small, that micro gold, it just tapped in the pan and swirling it. Even whenever I was sucking it up out of the pan, I would have to have contact with my tapered edge flat on the pan to suck and work it back and forth like a vacuum to get that stuff busted out. This stuff still sucks up very easily and doesn't leave it in the pores of the pan. But even down here at the bottom where I was washing that down, I've got some more little specks that I'm going to have to go back from this side now and and wash again, because I've said they've washed a few down, washing that stuff out. So, all right, but we've got some gold in the bottle for the first pan. So, like I said, I'm a little more encouraged that I might be able to get something out of this. We'll see. So that is all that I'm putting in, is that little amount of dirt right there to go through. That last one, I went through it every time I was about to dump out the pan, and I'd wash out a little more of the material. I'd go back and look through, and then I'd find another speck. It just basically speck by speck of tinier and tinier gold that I would that was the stuff that was washing away from the stuff that was holding. I could actually, like I said, pick up. So we're gonna go back to another one here, and see how it rolls. And I think this is the first time since I did this the last time that I've actually pulled up a chair to sit down and do this, because it just takes so long and it gets hard on my back. I've been staying out here already for about 3 hours since I started this. So y'all have seen how long our video is that we've got on it. But yeah, I'm sitting out here amongst the peppers. There's my cayennes, and just look at those habaneros. Man, those things are going to be beautiful. And then you take a look over here at the bad boys. Just look how nasty those reapers look, man, when they're growing. Just a very serious looking no nonsense pepper there. And we're filling up the plant with them. So yeehaw, man. We're gonna see. Oh, damn it, well. All right, well, that was good. It didn't dump anything out. So if I had not been sitting on grass, we would have been a bad scene. We got a little bit on the splash there, but all right, well, I've got it worked down. I'm gonna go back and try to wash out from this black out here in the sun. See if I can, you can see right there's all, I get the same thing, those little, I don't know if we'll be able to see it out here in the sun or not, but you get those little tiny specks of gold, and I pull out the lynch. I really like that loop, man. That thing has really been for a free gift. But yeah, then, and like I said, this stuff you can tap up and get a lot of it moving up, because it's still a little bigger pieces, not the super ultra fine, but I'm gonna just keep working it like that. So, but yeah, those lynch loops for $10 are really a good deal if you're getting an order and you don't have a loop. I know I've been watching John R. Prospect, he's been wanting to get one because he on an order, you know, because that's how I got mine, and they have not had them back out again. So I'm watching to contact him for that. He's watching to contact me for when the bucket sale comes on, because I want to get a bucket of the Vulture, since I have only done bags, but I'm not going to pay $40 for shipping on a 1 gram, 0.8 of a gram bucket of pay dirt. So yeah, all right, we're gonna work this down, but yeah, had to take a seat over this one. All right, I'm not sure if you can detect this or not, but I am down again to, I've gone through a couple more pans, but that is what I'm pretty much ending up with on them, is that little cluster of very fine gold, and still some of that hematite. I wish I could get a clear shot of a zoom in shot of that hematite on that stuff, because it is so, it's very gray, dark gray and charcoal gray and shiny, polished almost, little tiny grains of it. But that's how we're rolling on this. I'm getting, again, all that's just weightless. How much weightless material does it take to add up to weight? That was the question I asked on the first. I'm still just dumbfounded that I have this much gold that I'm seeing like that in this, compared to, I mean, I did not pull the magnetics out of it the first time. Maybe having that out of the way is keeping from washing all this stuff down that I did before and didn't see. There's my little girl. How you doing, honey? coming in for some, oh, here comes the rain. But yeah, she's what lets me scratch her head now and pet her some. She'd lost her hair in the back. I wasn't sure why she'd losing her hair, but that's coming back. But she's still skittish. But yeah, she's actually related, from what I understand, it's the theory now, to the one that I have inside, the little tortoise shell calico. So all right, well, like I said, I'm going to continue the repetition. I see a couple little specks still showing up. Tap it up. let's try to separate them just from the edge of that black layer and then suck them out. And a speck at a time is how I keep going through this. All right, we're down to another pan. We got a couple left is all. I made up a nice lime daiquiri to have to go with this. And very refreshing. So I guess it's time to guess the number. Pick a number, any number, between 1 and 100. Guess the number, win a prize. Come one, come all, step right up. Gonna work this down and we'll be back. I know you guys are gonna have this one guessed pretty quick, especially those of you that have started strategizing, getting strategies, using strategies on it. All right. Yeah, it's only the first one of these I've had. Yeah, but we did stop for a safety meeting. He's got to get his mind right. All right. I thought I'd take a minute as I'm mindlessly creeping through this pay dirt. You may hear the motor. My neighbors are running their little mini bike in the yard next door, but I just watched a movie, just came out recently. It's called, what was, now, damn it. Okay, I couldn't remember the damn name. I just seen it. It's called Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. And it's made in the United States. It's got the Russo brothers. And it's you'd think it was Chinese because it has a lot of the Chinese, or at least the Asian American actors that you've seen in a number, for some time on different movies and shows that are in it. But it's a multiverse type. It's kind of like, like every time, whenever Armageddon came out, Deep Impact came out. When Tornado came out, Twister came out, or whatever. There's always some copy movie that follows a popular movie. And the new Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, which is just a totally woke bait and switch piece of trash, white man bashing typical movie that the MCU puts out now. This little piece of work is something, I said, I haven't seen a movie like this in a lot of years. It's crazy. It's ridiculous in some parts. But it's one of those where every action that you take, every decision you make forms a new branch in the multiverse throughout your life, and then interacts with other branches that also people's decisions that are made. Like I said, just an infinite, billions and trillions of realities but it is a different kind of, and they said it was the main character is a little Chinese American woman that's come here. Is Jamie Lee Curtis is in it. I would not have imagined that was Jamie Lee Curtis if I had not known it. The same little hottie that I watched from Trading Places, and I swear she looks like she's 80 years old now. I don't know what happened to Jamie Lee Curtis, but it was about a 2-hour movie, and I'm actually going to watch it again. I watched it earlier today I watched it on the high seas. That's how I watch all my movies, especially now since we have no theater since the hurricane for the last year here in Houma. So all the movies that are released, you have to go, drive an hour and a half or more to get to a theater to see them. And there aren't any movies that are really worth doing that for anymore. But yeah, so I would recommend Bayou Gold Guy. Actually, I saw it from The Critical Drinker, which, if y'all not familiar with The Critical Drinker, he's a Scotsman who does movie and TV critiques, and always has his bottle of Jack or a variety of spirit. But love the guy. he always ends his programs, his main was with "Go away now." So he finishes on. I started to try to use that on some of my videos whenever I was starting to do this. I thought, no, people that don't know the reference might find that offensive. So there you have your gold. So go away now. And but yeah, he points out the woke Hollywood crap that's been coming out for so long, just devoid of imagination or any kind of original thinking, and they've just rehashed everything to hell, and race and gender swapped, and insert this. I mean, this did have, it had her daughter with the the lesbian girlfriend, of course, and that would have never been played in China. So this is not, it is made in America, but again, it wasn't it worked into the story. It wasn't a little Chinese woman kicking ass in martial arts throughout this, because it you could suspend belief on this because of the setup, and then that was that's what's gotten so bad, is they actually, that's why we've got the movies we have now, because they actually want you to believe that a 90-pound woman can beat up 300-pound men in armor, security guards, when literally they would bounce off of them like a moth against a brick wall. But yeah, woman power, girl power, and it wasn't that. They did a really good job on it. Like I said, I would recommend it if you like a quirky movie that's got some great effects and some really cool fighting scenes, and just is like roller coaster after the first 15 minutes. Once it gets going, it's just, you're trying to absorb what's going on. And I think that I would recommend it highly if you can find it. I don't know, YouTube will block this out if I say it, but it's letter F movies. That's where I watch mine. Don't click on any ads and you're good. Don't download anything, just play it, let it stream. And every movie, every TV show, anything that's ever been made's on there, and highly recommend it. So yeah, I just wanted to fill a little time, because I've just been sitting here dwelling on this stuff by myself. You guys are getting to talk of the chat. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here just slowly working down through and see. But as I've been sitting here doing this, I've been realizing that ironically, I'm thinking that all that fine powder talc gold that I got out and struggled to get out from the last one, I'm not seeing anything like that in any of the remnants of this pan. Whenever I get all my bigger pieces out and swirl it and look for that dust that I struggled so hard to get out from that first round, it's just, I'm not seeing it at all. And like on an edge like that, right there around the curve edge of that, like there where whenever I'd swirl, when you swirl it around and it forms a point or an edge, that's where that is where the looked like a frosting, a very, this talc gold would collect, and you could see it fringing the edges. I have seen absolutely none of that in this. So I'm thinking that I pulled out, I was not seeing the forest for the trees, basically. So again, like I said, this all the powder gold that I was finding before, I think I got. You can see the black sand around the edge of this stuff. Let's get this dumped out, because this is going to be another, I don't know how long, no telling how long, trying to get this stuff just separated out of the black, what little bit of black sand I did collect with it. But really, actually, it was a fun day doing this. I enjoyed going back through this, because I was actually finding gold and able to recover it, instead of just felt like I was spinning my wheels all the time, like from the first round. So I would suggest, if you're going to get this stuff, definitely I'll leave a link, and go back and check out video number 1, because apparently I got majority of the hardest stuff out of here on the first round, and did not know it. I mean, I knew I'd gotten what I'd gotten, but I like I said, I wasn't seeing the forest for the trees on this other stuff that I was washing away as I was doing it. and focusing on the other. So I'm going to wash this stuff down, and I'm sure we've called for stop now on the giveaway by now. So I'm going to get this cleaned down to where we can see what we actually got out of today's batch. But you can see there's a lot of gold showing through there. So I think we might have hit our if we can break a gram on this, yeah, there'll be celebration. Well, I have to say my my optimistic recovery predictions have started to wane a bit. The more I've been, I'm still on the stuffer dump trying to rinse it down, and I am down to a very small amount and very little gold. I mean, I don't know what happened to what looked like I had quite a good amount that I was snuffering up, and there is a little bit moving down into the bottom of the pan there. So I am still going to have to keep going back through it, but it's just not collecting like I expected that it would for the amount it looked like I was seeing. But again, like I said, how much of nothing does it take to equal something? And I was working on a pretty good amount of, particles I could see, although they were weightless. But I've just been sitting here rocking this back and forth for over an hour, just working down that finest black sand, trying to keep my tiny gold from washing away and washing down so I could snuffer it back up. And it's leaving me with like basically nothing. Like I said, my optimism has been dashed here. Well, I know I said I was done, but I couldn't leave what I was dealing with here on the pan. So there, right there is 8 hours now worth of panning. Again, summed up on our kinkies here. That is what I have to show for it. So I'm going to still try to get a little bit more of that black sand that's in there out of those little grains. So we're only dealing with the finest gold, but like I said, that's going to be barely enough to add up to a tenth. I mean, a 0.001 or 2, I bet. All right, our winning number for tonight is... That's right, number 19, which, yes, was the date of the U.S. Space Force, December 20th, 2019. So congratulations to our winner on that. And, yeah, you will be getting, on top of that, a little over 3/10 gram of gold in your vial here to go with your coin. Very cool space coin. So congratulations to that. Well, we've got our pan of dried gold here that I got from basically just a bit over 9 hours total of going through this stuff to get this out. And there is still some bits of black sand in with this, no doubt. Like I said, I wish I could have gotten a close-up shot of I was trying to get one with the loop, with my Lynch loop there on it to show that it was beautiful looking little particles here of hematite with the shiny silver gray. But yeah, man, it was just that gold was so fine that it was just there's just no moving it away. I mean, y'all saw the small amount in the pan that was there, and it was just over and over repetition trying to get that stuff washed back, and it just would not separate anymore from this. You know, when it hit that smaller size, then I got now. So, like I said, I don't expect this to do much on our scale, but we are, after 9 damn hours, we're putting it on there to see what what the effort was on it, and then take okay, so there we have 0.081. 82. So, like I said, I was 0.15 short of being a gram on this. So, with this, that puts me at like what, 0.62 or 0.707, not 0, 0.7, but 0.07. So, I just and of this, I'm sure that I could probably take off that down to 0.07 with the black sand that's in there as well. So again, I've got almost to 9, we'll say almost 0.90 out of the 1 gram. So there's still basically 0.2 of a gram that are trapped somewhere. And I was looking through this. I took the loop out and was scanning this stuff with the loop, trying to find any microparticles of gold that would show up in the dirt. This is my dried dirt now. Everything, and the black sand, everything that we had together. And I said, I'll find little tiny micro specks here and there that, you know, you couldn't pick out. But they're next to pieces of grains of you know, like I said, hematite and sands that are just, oh man. So like I said, we had to give it the college try on this one. And my challenge is say, hey, Creed, you know, if you're watching this, how about you do one of these bags for one of your bottles for us? Let's see you do some of this Kinkies and show us how it's done, brother. Let's see you recover a gram out of this crap. So I'm officially throwing down the gauntlet to Creed for 907. But yeah, you'll be getting a sticker with the coin from Creed and one of his 907 stickers. I'd send you another one of these, but I've only got one of these, and it kind of got wet and it's crinkled anyways. So, but I do have several of the 907s I'll send out with this Creed sticker to go with our coin and the gold. So, all right, let's see if we can get something else here. So we got our congratulations to our winner there. You're receiving, this is what you'll be getting. It is in the plastic holding display case. It's never been opened, in a little Ziploc bag. And you're also getting, I made up a vial of this is some of the leaf gold that I got from Gold Nugget sales. You can see there's the colors of the rainbow opal chips in there. There's a piece of emerald. There's your gold chips there. There's a piece of tanzanite, some peridot, and it looks like confetti going all the way through there. Those little chips of black opal. And then there's some of Vendetta's crystallized silver. And so I think it makes in there, like I said, there's a piece of opal chip there too, another white opal. So it was a little harder. These are bigger garnets, so they're not holding in place as well. This stuff's kind of shifting around, so hopefully it will come to you. I've got it packed in there where it should be pretty tight. But nice little display valve. It's a little over 0.3 of a gram of gold in there of the, like I said, the Gold Nuggets leaf gold. Very cool stuff, beautiful stuff. So congratulations. That'll wrap up this our giveaways for the and you'll get your 9 Fingers Mining stickers in it with it too. So I've got my new gold separate from, this is what I'd gotten from the first time, my 8/10. The stuff I recovered, it's just got too much black sand still in it to want to contaminate my other gold. It's a little bit darker. It looks pretty close here in the light, but you can see it's got the black still in it compared to my stuff here that is so clean. That was that. So we're keeping it separate because it's only such a little amount. It's not worth contaminating what I had before. But yeah, I started to put it back in the pay dirt even, but I was like, man, 9 hours of work. I'm not going to put that shit back in. So no, we're not doing that. But congratulations. And like I said, look forward to, we'll be doing some other giveaways coming up here for sure. But that, like I said, that leaf gold's flat stuff, it kind of holds in position pretty good on these. So hopefully it will get there to you looking like it does there. Oh, and some amethyst. Yeah, there's some amethyst in there too. So a nice little variety. So this will wrap up this edition of Bayou Gold Guy. I've been Bayou Gold Guy, your host tonight, and thank you for joining me on this revisit of the Kinky's Hellspawn Pay Dirt from Creed at Nine Fingers Mining. And like I said, I enjoyed it, at least trying to go through it. I was getting gold. I thought I was getting more gold than I was getting, but it is what it is. So congratulations again to the winners. And once more, I am trying to push for the 500 sub threshold there by 4th of July. I'd say the views, everything's kind of picked up since I had the shadow ban a few weeks ago. We're up to 6,000 views now in the 28 days, so that's back up. So of those 4,000 unique viewers, I would really appreciate it if I think we're at 371. So if 129 of you guys and gals would just hit that subscribe button for me, I would sure appreciate it. Like I said, I've equated this to being a part like a giant video game, a live action role playing real life video game, and so that's the only reason I want to do this is just to see if I can push the channel because I want to 500 by the 4th of July. So that's the only goal of doing this, is just for the sake of doing it. But I would still appreciate the help and the support for the channel. And thank you to everyone who has subscribed and who watches and comments on these live chats and makes the live chat part of this so fun. And that's the other thing. If you subscribe, you'll get the notifications, hit that bell, and get in on some of our live chats every Friday night at 8 o'clock, 8:01 to be precise. And, we're always doing giveaways and just having a good time on the channel as it is. So there's my other boy. There's my hurricane, the Bayou Gold kitty. He's an inside cat now, and he's a sweetheart. So yeah, thank you so much, and we'll look forward to seeing you on the next episode of Bayou Gold Guy. Until the next time, peace out, my friends, and happy Memorial Day. Almost forgot that.